Are you planning your next trip? Jump into the unknown and let Party Rock Travel take care of you. Party Rock Travel have partnered with some of the biggest festivals and events around the world, including Tomorrowland, the UFC, NFL, and many more, to bring you an unforgettable experience in one package. Visit partyrocktravel.ie for more details. Party Rock Travel. Open your world.
Hello, is everything good or at an all-time low? If so, fear not, because everything in life is only temporary. That's what we're here to talk about in this episode 6. So the kettle has boiled, put your feet up, sit back and relax.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jumping Into the Unknown. It is Friday the 19th of June. We're already over halfway through June and over halfway through the year of 2020. I cannot believe how fast this year has went. I'm kind of happy it's gone so fast because it's been the most craziest, unpredicted year ever. I mean, you could not script this year. It just went downhill from January 1st onwards, didn't it? And I really hope that we're kind of seeing the light towards the end of the tunnel. It feels like we're stuck in a little cave with a small bit of light at the end. I can kind of see the way out. So hopefully we will get out very, very soon. But as with everything, this is not everlasting. It's not going to last forever. It can't. And everything, like everything, I suppose it's temporary. You know, everything in life is temporary. And that's what I want to chat about in this episode. So I was there thinking to myself over the last week or so, and I suppose I have too much time on my hands now in quarantine and different thoughts going through your head. But you know, ever since I came back from New York, I'm back about 3 weeks now, and 3 weeks. Feels like 3 weeks. 3 months. Where's the time going? And it is like, you know, my life is a little bit like a messy room right now. There's no structure, there's no routine, nothing's going on. And I hope I'm not the only one. I don't think I am, but I think everyone feels a little bit like that. But thankfully here in Ireland, it's getting a lot better, and we can finally get our haircuts done. I got my hair did. We can get our hair did at the end of June, and I'm looking forward to that. It's like a wide bush right now. Looking forward to getting a little bit of structure back in my hair. If it's not in my life, I get a bit of structure back into my hair, so that's a good thing. But I suppose over the last couple of weeks, I've been taking comfort in the fact that, you know, everything in life is temporary, the good and the bad. And that's why when the good is going good, it's important to enjoy it, you know, and to be present. And obviously when it's going bad, to know that it will pass. And like, once you really, I suppose, acknowledge and accept that fact, accept the fact that everything is temporary, nothing can be taken for granted, or should be. Like, you know, be that your parents, be it your best friend, your siblings, or the person that you hate, or the person that you love very much, all that is temporary and cannot last forever. And that's why it's so important to just be here and now, be present and enjoy every little moment. Like, that job that you have today might not be your job next year, and you can't think that you'll always have that job because everything is changing. 2020 was the year that really struck home with that, and really taught us that when our life was going good or whenever it was going bad, that everything can just stop in the blink of an eye, and the world is actually a really, really fragile place, that a virus like this can just come and wipe out everything, you know. So I don't know if you watched Pandemic. Actually, did anyone watch Pandemic on Netflix? I never got a chance to watch it. If you did and you're listening to this, is it worth the watch or not? Because I do need to watch something new on Netflix, and I've never watched that Pandemic. I've heard good things about it, but apparently it's similar to what's happening now. I can't say much more about it, but if it's worth watching, let me know. But definitely coronavirus and the whole issue that happens in 2020 is just, I suppose, enhances the fact that everything in life is temporary and can be taken away in the blink of an eye, and that's why it's important to enjoy what you have and enjoy the good things while it's going good. I've always lived my life by this method as well, that everything in life is temporary, and to not take things for granted, you know, because what you have today, you might not have tomorrow. From what I've gathered, most of us have this weird obsession or desire to know everything. You know, we always want to know the outcome of like a certain situation and know where we're heading in life. And, you know, and it's great. That's great to have goals and challenges. It is, but it's equally important to just let life happen, you know, let it be. And if there's something I've learned over the last couple of years, in my experience of traveling, it's just to let life happen for you. You know, try not get caught up in the knowing how things are going to work out. Just trust the process. And I think I've talked about that in episode 4. It's just trust in the process. Like, this is what I do in my comedy gigs. When things are going horribly wrong, thankfully I don't get a lot of that, but when things are going horribly wrong, I'm like, okay, Shane, this was supposed to happen. That banana was supposed to be thrown at you. It's all right. We'll pick it up after the gig. I wing a lot of my gigs, comedy gigs anyway. I don't really have a set plan to it. I used to just go on stage, and I think I've learned that myself. We'll speak about this again another day, but I've learned that I'm more better at improv and on the spot stuff, and hopping off people and working off the crowd than I am at sitting down and writing a sketch. And I suppose that's my little kind of technique. And that's how I've become very good at trusting the process. And yeah, a shit ton of nerves come with that as well, but it's all part of it, all part of performing, you know. I think there's something exciting as well about life, knowing that everything is temporary. You know, like when the good is going good, obviously it's enjoy it because it won't last forever. But on the flip side, you know, when life hits you in the face and just knocks you down, it's not going to last forever. And especially now, I suppose, with this coronavirus and everything that's going on in the world in 2020, you know, we're almost like living every day waiting for things to pass, and it will pass, you know, like, but it could take a while for it. But something will come along, and, you know, there's always something that's going to come along. The next big thing will come, always. So I suppose it's about how well you train your mind to deal with that, to manage it, embrace it, and experience it while it lasts. You know, like the world will be a lot more equipped and definitely stronger place for when the next big wave comes of whatever we have to face next, and it will come. And it's like I feel like Leo Varadkar. This is the calm before the storm. When it comes, and it will come. Never will somebody ask so much of so few. Yeah, good man, Leo. But look, at definitely the weirdest times I've ever experienced, as have your parents, as have probably your grandparents, and there's nothing we can do. It's out of our control. Like I said in episode 3, I think, we're not as in control as we think we are, and the world can be taken away from us just like that. So that's why I'm so passionate about being present and enjoying the moment, enjoying these couple of months with your parents, you know, because it's like they're not going to be here forever. And as cliche as that may sound, it's true, and it's harsh and it's scary, but there's something, I was going to say comforting, something exciting in the fact that we pack so much into our lives in such little time, I suppose. But as with everything in life, like you have to be comfortable, I suppose, with the fact that things will disappear in your life and other things will just appear. And I suppose the best way to explain this is like, think back to a time in your life when something unexpected happened and just completely threw you off, or it was a complete shock or whatever, and turned out to be the best time ever, you know, or shaped you to the person that you are today. Even if it was a tragic loss of a loved one, like it's about balance, you know, like everything can't be good in life, just like everything can't be bad in life. It's all about balance. And without death, we would not be able to appreciate life or the joy that comes with it. During all this quarantine stuff here, like I said at the start of the podcast, I've been thinking back about New York, and I literally get flashbacks. I could be eating breakfast, I could be reading a book, I could be whatever. And I'm just getting like flashbacks about the year I had and all that I suppose I brought with it, you know, the friends, the life experiences and the parties, the events, the gigs, like, home now since the end of March, and even though the whole world, I suppose, has pretty much changed and we're adapting, I feel like I went from such a fast-paced city to having 3 or 4 different events, which I talked about in the Empire State of Mind episode, you know, 3 or 4 different events in the one day to literally nothing right now. Like this podcast is the only thing that I look forward to. Such a sad life. Yeah, but little things like that, you know, and like this is how bad it is. So like I went to the bog the last day, like fucking bog, excuse my language. This time last year, I was hosting a pool party on a rooftop, right? The sun was belching down, like drinks in hand, live DJs playing, pool was there to just cool you off. Living my best life to now turning turf on the fucking bog. Singing the poem, that poem that's on the bog. You cut it, you turn it, you foot it, you bag it, you bring it home and you burn it. Cut it, you turn it, you foot it, you bag it, you bring it home and you burn it. Yeah, no thanks. Give me a whiskey or a gin by the pool, please. Thank you. It's just like, it's a nightmare, you know, that's what I mean. So it's like you go from that to be bent over in your arse, turning turf, like what went wrong? You know, but I suppose I take comfort in the fact knowing that it's only temporary and it will pass. But I suppose that's a prime example of how the good times are only good for a short period of time, you know, and that the world is like such a fragile place, and we've seen how fragile it is, that everything can be just brought to a standstill like that. So that's why I always say, like, you know, next time you're having fun, or if you're invited to go and do something or try something cool and you're home and home, whether I'll go or not, or oh, I'm too tired or I don't want to, like, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, do it. Just go there, book that next spontaneous holiday, you know, pull an all-nighter with your mates, challenge yourself to do what you've always been afraid to do, because you may never get the chance again. I know you hear people saying that you only get one chance to do it, and it's true. Like, something like this could come along again and wipe the world out. Hope not, touch wood, but it could happen. everyone on New Year's Eve 2019 was planning for a big year, big 2020. This is my year. This is the year I get abs. Everyone's planning for abs this year and a big year. And next thing, gyms closed, world's closed, everywhere in lockdown. Not ideal. So if you think you're going to just do something after, people always say, I'll do it again, or I'll do that next year. I'm like, you think you will, but you won't. And that's the mindset that we need to change, is this whole concept that I suppose has gripped our generation, that, I'll do that again, or I'll do it next year, or I'll do when I have money. I'm telling you, you won't. There's always something that will come up, always something that will stop you or get in the way, and you'll end up not doing what you could have done, which would have potentially brought you down a different path and, I suppose, opened up your life in a whole different way. One path leads to the next, and none of them are everlasting. So I suppose just make sure that your path is worthwhile for you, and even if someone else finds it boring or dangerous, that's their beliefs, not yours. And I talked about that, the whole belief system, in the last episode, literally episode 5, I think, the last one I put up there, about like breaking down those chains of belief systems and how someone else's belief system may not support your path, your journey. So definitely check out that's an interesting one. That got a lot of attention actually as well. Got a lot of downloads, which I'm kind of surprised about. So it goes to show that people are kind of feeling that way as well sometimes, There's this whole other side to everything in life is temporary as well. And that's where when people want to literally jump out of the career that they're in and completely change paths and go down another career path. And if it doesn't work and it backfires or falls on its arse, who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone is so focused on their own journey, their own career path, that no one gives a fuck if it doesn't work out for you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, don't beat yourself up about it, because it's only temporary. And I suppose that's something that I struggled with for a while, for I suppose a year or two, of like trying stuff. And when it didn't work out and it died in his arse, I would beat myself up about it and be like, this isn't working for you. This isn't what you should be doing. And, you start questioning yourself, and that happens. Like it's a thing that it's just, you have to try, and, you try new things. And that's, I suppose, exciting about life, in a way that you try new challenges, and something that you had your heart set on and that you thought was really going to work, this new project, this new investment, this new business plan that you had, you're 100% confident that was going to work, and it just died in his arse. That can be very soul destroying sometimes, but it's the very next plan. It could be the very next plan that could set you up where you wanted to be, something that with least amount of effort. And as we move closer into 2020, I'm not saying that hard work doesn't pay off, because it does, but we see people getting to where they want to be with the least amount of effort. Because we have so much platforms now, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've Facebook, Snapchat, each platform is bringing their own, I suppose, tools for people like content creators and people to make content. And we see now with Twitter, the whole Twitter voice, like this whole, like, if you have a thought in your head, just record and post it. Like, that is the most genius invention, and I can see it being used by so many content creators out there. I think the biggest thing stopping people from really following their dreams and really doing what they feel like they should be doing, rather than doing something just for the security of life, and that's the opinions of everyone else. It's the opinions of everyone else. People are so worried about other people's opinions. And when you say you're not, you are. Whether it's consciously or subconsciously, people value other people's opinions. But when you understand that opinions are only opinions and perspectives of a particular moment in time, like, they change, they're always changing. You have an idea to come up with the next big whatever, the next biggest toothbrush. The next biggest whatever. Like, you if you have a business idea, you pitch it to your friend, you pitch it to the community. They laugh at you in your face. They think you're crazy for quitting your very steady job to go off and do this. And then 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, you start making serious cash out of it. Things go really, really well for you. Your business is exploding. You're hiring loads of people to make toothbrushes. People come back to you and they're like, I always knew you could have done it. Fair play. Well done, mate. Good on you. Like, fuck you. No, you didn't. I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not. To be honest, I don't really care if you do or not. But we stop ourselves from reaching our full potential due to other people's opinions. And it's sad. And I'm not saying I don't either, because I do, and I have done in the past. Getting very better at stopping it now, though. But it's a process, and it's affecting everyone. And it's really stopping, I suppose, some talented, some creative, and some really smart people from reaching their potential. And it's good and bad opinions. I think, I don't know if you follow Gary Vee on Instagram. I follow him a lot. I think he's really cool what the stuff he says. And it's actually so true in the way that once you can silence everything, like the good and the bad, and as a content creator and people who like put up videos and, you know, I'm talking to other people in the same industry as me, like you do read the comments, you know, like you read people's saying, oh, well done, or brilliant, or dude, you're shit, or whatever. You do read the comments. It's just like it's almost like a natural instinct we have. We just go through it, you know, and you kind of want to hear feedback, but if you can silence out of that, and it's something I'm working on, and just not reading the good. If I can not read the good, not read the bad, and just do it for me, just put it up for yourself. But that's where you really win. But then again, it's